stream. You're watching Closing Bell with me, Lovisha Darad. Well, it looks like despite the recovery that we saw post the Trump win, the markets have not been able to sustain the cheer due to dismal September quarter earnings as well as aggressive foreign outflows that we saw. But even today, Sensex and Nifty, that ended the day in the red. Sensex was flat in red below 79,450 points, while Nifty was down 0.2% below 24,250 levels. The US Federal Reserve's 25 basis point rate cut, they cheered the IT stocks, with Nifty IT ending the week with 4% gains. Other than that, Nifty FMCG, Energy, Metal and the indices, they were the top losers of this week. If you take a look at the top gainers and the losers of the Nifty 50 index, we'll see that M&M, Titan, Tech Mahindra, Infosys, Nestle, they dominated the top Nifty 50 gainers in the list. M&M, of course, after the September quarter results, they ended with 2% gains in today's trading session. Apart from that, Titan, Tech Mahindra and Infosys, all of them were also in the top Nifty 50 gainers list as well. If you look at some of the top losers on the Nifty 50, they include Trent, Coal India, Asian Paints, Tata Steel and Shriram Finance. Trent, of course, the stock hit 3-month low in today's trading session after the street was not impressed with the Q2 performance. Apart from that, Tata Steel also ended the day with about 2% down, and Asian Paints will be coming out with its September quarter results tomorrow, where Moneycontrol estimates that there could be a double-digit fall in the net profit due to muted demand. So, all right, joining me to discuss how the equities have unfolded, we have with us our market expert Ashish Bahety. Ashish, good evening. What do you make of the markets? Looks like every rise that we saw in the markets today, they got sold into. So what are the new levels that we need to watch out for?
Good afternoon, Lovisha. Market did give some respite at the start of the week, but by coming at the end of the week again, we are again back to the square one scenario where we are continuously or relentlessly seeing there's FI selling, and we have slipped almost now very close, or will be approaching 200 DEMA very soon, the way we are falling. So I think if the recent lows gets hold up, which is 23,800, if market able to sustain that level, then we may see a bounce back. But if that gets broken, then on the charts, we might see even 23,500 and below levels. Similarly, for Bank Nifty also, there's a huge pressure despite SBI posting a good number. We are seeing there's a continuous selling in ICICI Bank and top banks, Kotak also. So Bank Nifty, which was a one shade better chart, now has also become bad. And the way Bank Nifty is falling, I think now on the cards, we can see 51,000 in coming week.
Okay, Ashish, you mentioned about SBI. SBI did come out with its Q2 numbers, but then of course they were beat estimates, but the street did not react positively to it. What are the new levels that you're eyeing for SBI?
So yeah, during intraday we saw a little bit of recovery also from the lower level of 833, which it hit during the intraday low. The numbers were at par, or I'll say more or less in line what the street was expecting, except the NPA growth numbers. What the level we are seeing as a support is 820 for SBI. I think SBI might take some support near 820 to 815 zone.
Okay. Ashish, Nifty IT index, that stood out to be the clear winner today and for this week as well. So do you think that the Trump trade is playing out, or do you expect, it could maybe not sustain at these levels?
See, IT, there are two things working very well for IT. Yes, the Fed rate cut, which has already happened, Trump victory is also positive for the IT. And along with that, the numbers for most of these IT companies have come good, except for the TCS. If you'll see HCL number, LTIM, even Wipro number was in line with the expectation. And that's what is getting reflected in the stock prices also. Any which ways, IT was trading below its average or mean P level. So I think there's still room for IT to outperform from here. And that is the only sector which we would be suggesting to have a keen eye on the long side. There's respite on the midcap IT. I think many of the midcap IT is still making or trading near its 52-week high. We have seen Coforge making a new high today again. So there's more value, or the froth is more, or the more upside swing is available in the mid-cap IT. So that's where the people should keep an eye on.
Okay. Any picks from this space that you have from the mid-cap IT?
So our top pick is certainly Coforge. Emphasis and persistent is. So we are still very bullish on these three stocks.
Okay, all right. All right, let's take some stocks in focus. Well, shares of Trent, that fell to 3-month low after the company Q2 missed estimates. Despite today's fall, brokerages were largely optimistic on the counter. Bernstein shared about a target price of 8,100 rupees per share. Ashish, valuations versus fundamentals, that is the tussle for the Trent stock. So do you expect further downside?
Yes, Lovisha, there's been not just the valuation versus this, there's been an unprecedented one-way rally we have seen in Trent share prices. Just in last year itself, almost in 1 year period, the share has almost tripled in the prices, despite there was not such significant growth in the sales number. And it's just doing a mean reversion. The 200 EMA itself is placed at 5,300. So there's still room available, or there's still profit taking can happen even from these levels also. So we are not advising to go long here. The good support to go long would be somewhere around 5,800 to 5,500 zone.
Okay, all right. We have another stock in focus that was there in buzzing in the trade today. That is your ITI. Well, the stock has surged 25% in 2 days after it emerged as the lowest bidder for BharatNet project for middle mile network. ITI Ashish, YTD charts, that doesn't reflect a lot of optimism. But today the stock was buzzing in the session. So do you expect the stock to sustain this bullish momentum?
We would be a little cautious at this price and at this level. Stock has already surged, as you said, rightly said, there's already surged more than 25 to 30% in the last 2 days, and with the volume. So there might be some profit taking, or there might be some cool off or consolidation coming weeks at this prices. The good support, however, is at 290. Anybody who's long should keep a strict stop loss up to 290. And the way the momentum is built up here, we may see 330 soon in this stock.
Okay, 330 level that we need to watch out for ITI. Let's go to another stock that was buzzing in today's trading session. That was your Indian Hotels. Well, the stock rallied about 6% after the company reported a strong operational performance. In Q2, they reported a threefold rise in profit, while revenues also rose about by 25% year on year. The brokerages were bullish on the counter. Motilal Oswal, for instance, they expect Indian Hotels' strong momentum to continue, led by increase in average room revenue rate, higher occupancy levels, and higher income from management contracts. Looking at the stock, Ashish, the stock reached a new record high. Any new targets from here on that you're eyeing for IHCL?
See, the stock has clearly made a price volume breakout today. The volume today was almost 26 million. We have yet to see how much was the delivery volume out of this, but we assume at least 50% would be the delivery volume, and stock moved 7% with the even OI build-up has been very strong. So there's a clearly long build-up at these level also. The way the stock has performed or reacted to its number, I think if the market recovers, we may see 770 zone in this stock very soon. It's a buy on dip stock advised. So one should keep a stop loss of 700, and any dip can be used as a buying opportunity.
Okay. We have another stock in focus, that is your Asian Paints. It was one of the top Nifty 50 laggard. The results are going to be rolling out tomorrow, the September quarter figures. And Money Control estimates that it is expected to see a double-digit fall in revenue, in profit due to muted demand. Revenue is also expected to be flat on a year-on-year basis. While on the other hand, gross margins, that is also going to see a squeeze of about 100 basis points year on year. Ashish, on the charts, what do you think? Asian Paints, what do you make of it?
See, even Berger Paint posted Q2 numbers last in this week itself, and they, as per the commentary itself, they said that because of the monsoon and because of some places were badly hit because of the monsoon, and the numbers were not that encouraging, and that's what is getting reflected in both Berger and Asian Paint charts. Stock has already made a new low today in the recent. It is hitting, I think, almost close to its 52-week low. 9th May low is getting approached right now. And if that gets broken, we may see another 5 to 7% fall from here also. So any pullback can be used as a shorting opportunity. Anybody who's short should keep a strict stop loss of 282820 level, and we may see 2650 level on the charts.
Okay. We have Tata Motors also scheduled to report its Q2 earnings today. Of course, it is expected that Tata Motors is going to display a muted set of numbers in their September quarter. But Tata Motors on the charts, Ashish, how does it look like? Because we've seen multiple downgrades by the brokerages as well, and their Jaguar, their JLR arm is also seeing some pressure. So what is the near-term hold for Tata Motors?
It's continuously making lower low patterns, and since almost I'll say 30th August, it has not been able to even surpass its 20-day exponential moving average also. So it's any pullback which is happening, there's a supply which is coming on the charts or on the stock, and every pullback there's a selling in this stock. We are assuming that it may slip to even 770 zone from here also. We are not expecting any stellar number in this quarter. Anybody who's a short should keep a stop loss of 820 in this.
Okay, 800 stop loss. Nifty Metal Index, Ashish, I mean today it has ended with quite a bit of a loss, and also if we look at this week also Nifty Metal Index hasn't really performed well. But today it's expected that China could announce some additional stimulus measures. So what do you think? Can we expect some bullish momentum to pick up from next week onwards?
It's very hard to say because the way metal is behaving, we're more bullish on the non-ferrous metal side, specifically on the aluminium side. So our top pick on the metal side would be Vedanta. It posted numbers, and after the numbers, the stock has given a muted response. There's not been any, I'll say, knee-jerk reaction to it. So one can go long on the Vedanta by keeping a stop loss of 440. We are assuming that there might be a pullback, and Vedanta might hit 475 zone. Other than Vedanta, what is looking good to us is Nalco. Here also we are seeing that there might be some pullback. Today also stock was able to give flat close, and stock is already trading close to its 52-week high zone. So here any dip can be used as a buying opportunity by keeping a stop loss of 230. We are expecting a level of 250 to hit on the chart very soon.
Okay, all right. But Ashish, what are the next week? How should investors approach next week? What should their trading strategy be at this point? Should they hold? Should they sell on every rise? Should they buy on decline? What do you suggest?
One should be very cautious even in the next week. The way specifically Reliance and the big giants are getting sold off in this market. We have seen ICICI, despite posting up good numbers, and despite after the number there was a good gap up of 6-7%. We've seen the entire move has reversed back. So there's no respite in the selling of Reliance. Today also it made a new low. And unless Reliance doesn't stabilize at this point, one should be very cautious in going long in the Nifty. The only sector one should keep a focus on is the IT for long side.
Okay, IT sector. Okay, just one last question before we let you go, Ashish. What are your trading picks at this point of time?
Sorry, I couldn't get it.
I said, what are your trading picks in this volatile market right now?
It would be, as I discussed, it would be Coforge, Emphasis, and Persistent Systems on the IT.
Okay, all right. So basically, IT sector, that is what we need to watch out. All right. With that, we have to let you go, Ashish. But thank you so much for your time. We hope that we connect with you soon as well. All right, now let's take a look at the primary markets because that had some popular names. If we look at Swiggy IPO, that got fully subscribed, which was led by the QIBs and the employees as well. If you look at second IPO, that was your Acme Solar IPO, that got subscribed by 2.55x on day 3, while Niva Bupa, that was subscribed by 71% on day 2. But yes, it will close at 5 p.m. And we'll see how all of these IPOs actually perform on their on their respective days. But all right, with that, we have come to an end of this edition of Closing Bell. Until then, signing off. Do stay tuned to moneycontrol.com for all the news updates and market insights.